Qantas Link 2322, please make your way to gate 6 to 14.
Ensure that your tray table is locked in the upright position and that all hand baggage is securely stowed.
As mentioned, I'm a former teacher. I was teaching up until last year. I was a secondary school teacher. Okay, yeah. Any other secondary school teachers, and you know about Links Africa, and it's just the wall hits you. The other thing is people go, "Oh, you must be glad to be out of teaching," and I say, "No, I love teaching. I absolutely love teaching. I've been really glad to go in and teach a couple of lessons at some schools when they asked me to go and talk. I say, instead of talking, why don't I teach?" Because I fundamentally love that interaction that you get with your fellow teachers, with all of the staff, but the kids and the parents and the community groups as well. I only taught for 4 years, so by no means an experienced teacher at all. But the real value in going through the standards that we have to go through for that full registration, from provisional to full registration, is it really does make you reflect on who you are as a teacher, but it also, I guess, pushes you to be a better teacher and to learn more. And one of the ways is through making sure that we're meeting those standards around including Indigenous aspects into our teaching. And one of the best experiences I had as a teacher in writing a unit was Year 7 Geography, and it was about place. And I knew that through the CCPs I had to put in something there about the Indigenous connections. And I thought, oh, well, place, connection to country, we can do something there. But reviewing through the standards and wanting to make sure I had that data and that evidence to become a fully registered teacher, it made me push that a little bit further into, I guess, finding out some connections to place. And at the time I was teaching in Maryborough. I thought, place, we got the original Maryborough site where Maryborough was sort of first founded, so I could take the kids there on an excursion. That would be really cool, they'll enjoy that. And there's that connection to place. And then as I was reading through there, I actually found out that that site of the original Maryborough site is also the birthing grounds of the Butchulla people. So I thought, what a great synergy there. You have the actual birth grounds of the traditional custodians, where quite literally the First Nations people of Maryborough were born, and where the first histories of Maryborough were born. And then you have that settlement, that colonial aspect as well in there. And it was a great thing to be able to take the kids there, because they had that collision of cultures come together. And it was because of the standards that are set upon us to challenge us and push us and show, I guess, the quality of teaching that we can be, or teachers that we can be, really brought that through. So even though those standards can test you sometimes and wanting to go through and make sure that you've ticked off every single one, and then you go to your mentor and say, oh, you need to go fix that up, it makes you a better teacher because it makes you a better learner. So I think that the work that the Queensland College of Teachers is doing is fantastic. It drives us all to be better teachers. And also I just want to make sure that I do acknowledge that we have the absolute greatest profession ever, because we change kids' lives on that personal level every single day. So thank you so much for you being teachers. Thank you so much indeed. Thank you.
Congratulations, Tom, you're a teacher. I've always believed teaching's a gift. Not everyone can teach. So if you have the gift, it's a great day, most days. Still a teacher, by the way. I started in 1961, so paid a lot of registration dues. But I remember working with some principals, and that's when it started. Where was I at the time? Mount Isa and Innisfail. But we came together and said, we have nothing as a profession, like doctors and dentists and all the teachers. Where's our profession together? And that's basically how it started, through the Queensland Teachers Union. And it went further. When I was at the board, they opened my eyes. I used to leave early from Bundy and get down there about 7 o'clock, and I had great time with the staff. I just went around. And the education faculty of that staff were brilliant. They were working on research with teachers, they worked with them, they welcomed calls from teachers, And I thought, gee, this is a real profession. And that to me was how the college worked. It's just to let teachers know they have a body that cares about them. That's basically what the Queensland College of Teachers is about.
Thank you everyone, and a very warm welcome on behalf of the School of Education and the Arts. Now I've written something very formal because I thought it was an important occasion, I wanted to do the right thing, so bear with me please if you won't. CQ University has enjoyed a very close personal relationship with the Queensland College of Teachers over many, many years. It is rewarding when an institution can say they have a great relationship with their regulatory body, as I can imagine you're all looking at me going, is that really true? I said, yes it is. Together we have reviewed drafts, responded to, implemented, redrafted and crafted responses to ministerial innovations, federal initiatives and reviews such as TMAG, changes to entry requirements, Landtight, the Queensland Common Reporting Framework for Professional Experience and of course the introduction of the Graduate Teacher Performance Assessment. That's only just the beginning of it, what we've done in the last 5 years with the Queensland College of Teachers. The recent review of initial teacher education, which this university submitted a response, as well as the Queensland Council of Deans, as well as the QCT, is actually no different. We've all been part of that process as well. Together we've seen many changes in teacher education and the radical changes that have been imposed upon the landscape. One might go so far as to describe it as an avalanche, a constant change that has shaped this new landscape that we're now living in. What we are currently having to focus on is the positive of quality, focus on quality, outputs with our graduates who make a positive impact on their students, they teach, their profession and their communities. After all, those who study locally are more likely to stay local, as we know. The accreditation of our programs has also changed dramatically. Today we are bounded by rigorous national processes of standards, which we just mentioned, assessment against programs, that focus on all aspects ranging from assessment of entry requirements like the NART, non-academic entry requirements, which we have in Queensland, professional experience, program structure and content. In Queensland, this is achieved through a process characterised by peer assessment and constructive feedback, so it's very important that we do these roles. We value the Queensland approach, which is different from other states, of site visits to a university where we afford the opportunity to showcase our best practice, afford opportunities for our academic teaching staff to share their panels of expertise and organise key stakeholders to be interviewed as part of the process as well. We wish to thank the College for their continued support of the delivery of teacher education in regional Queensland and congratulate them on the 50th anniversary. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.